What would happen?
If Taylor Swift was an alien, an evil alien, first she would form an army. That includes the mighty lion alien Rick Ashley and the evil skibbity toilet Tom Curis. But the United States is not going down without a fight, so the army prepares to destroy Taylor Swift, and they send out a battalion to fight Taylor Swift. Meanwhile, Taylor Swift and Mr. Beast Godzilla have taken over Dallas, Texas. It takes the battalion 26 hours to arrive in Dallas. But when they arrive, they are completely overwhelmed and are destroyed. Remember the Tom Cruise toilet? Tom and his friends have been taking over Los Angeles one bathroom at a time. Now Congress must take greater action. It's a hard decision, but the government decides to nuke Dallas and carpet bomb Los Angeles in order to destroy alien Taylor Swift and her alliance. A group of B-2 stealth bombers are sent to destroy Los Angeles, and a nuke is sent to destroy Dallas. But the nuke is no match for Swift, so she decides to wipe out the city.
Swift unleashes.
And 3 million are consumed by the hot stink and perish. Then Swift makes Godzilla Mr. Beast eat the king of Texas Chuck Norris on live TV. After seeing their king get eaten on live TV, the people of Texas surrender to Taylor Swift. Now evil Swift has conquered Texas, but she has to conquer the rest of the country, so she makes evil Mr. Beast king of Texas. Meanwhile, the bombers have finally arrived in Los Angeles, and then they find Tom the toilet and the boys and drop their bombs. But Toilet Tom and the boys don't even get a scratch. Tom the toilet follows the bombers as they try to escape, as they beg for mercy. The evil Toilet Tom uses his laser eyes to incinerate them all. Next, Tom the toilet and the crew rizz up the king of California, Arnold Schwarzenegger. And now Arnold is a toilet because he thinks it's cool. Now Tom the talking toilet, King Arnold Schwarzenegger, and the boys rule California. Now alien Taylor Swift is in Louisiana, and Swift decides to try and destroy the king of Louisiana. But King Croc survives and joins the Swift Empire. So King Croc makes an army to fight for the Swift Empire. Next, King Croc moves his army into Arkansas, and they eat everybody in Arkansas. In the meantime, Swift has fart nuked Mississippi and Alabama, and is now in Orlando, Florida. Swift then finds the Overlord of Florida, but Overlord Mickey hits her with a bomb. Swift is unaffected and destroys Overlord Mickey. Back in California, Tom the toilet and the boys want to get into gambling. So Tom and the boys go into Las Vegas, Nevada. Then they go into Caesar's palace to take it over and to hit some slots. But then, the owner of the palace and the king of Nevada, Caesar the ape, tells them to leave. Then Tom the toilet uses his Riz powers on Caesar, and Caesar changes his mind. Then Caesar becomes a toilet to be cool like Tom and the crew. So Nevada joins the California toilet empire. Then the evil toilet Tom Cruise nukes Hawaii because of pineapple pizza. With the destruction of states and the massive success of the Swift alliances, campaigns, and her new album has caused riots across the country. Back in Texas, Godzilla Mr. Beast and the Mr. Beast Army have decided to invade some more states. So Godzilla Mr. Beast marches his army into New Mexico in search of tacos. But there are no tacos in New Mexico. For this crime against humanity, Mr. Beast and his army eat everyone in New Mexico. After that, Mr. Beast and his army go into Phoenix, Arizona. When Mr. Beast enters, he finds the odd ones out, the king of Arizona. After hearing about what happened to his neighbors in New Mexico, the odd ones out decides to surrender and join the Godzilla Mr. Beast empire. After invading Arizona, Mr. Beast and his boy King Croc decide to invade Oklahoma. Since there is no king of Oklahoma, Mr. Beast and King Croc just straight up eat everyone in Oklahoma. But what's Swift up to? After the death of Overlord Mickey, Swift makes laser-eyed Shrek the new overlord of Florida and then leaves. Then evil Talior Swift teleports from Florida to North Carolina. In order to conquer Carolina, the alien Talior Swift fart nukes Jacksonville, Greenville, Durham, and Fayetteville, and then lands in Charlotte. And Swift is instantly confronted by Mark Rober. And then Mark Rober hits Swift with 3 attack drones, and then uses his laser eyes to try and finish the job. But Shrek saves Swift just in time. But then Mark Rober hits him with the attack drone and Shrek is destroyed. This makes Swift so angry, she shoots a super powerful laser eye blast. This blows off Mark's arm, so he flies away to Ohio to escape. But Starscream Mark Rober's friend arrives and tries to fight Swift. But as soon as Starscream lands, Swift hits him with the attack UFO. But what are the cool, handsome toilets up to? They have made a big decision. They want to invade Alaska. And the Brad Pitt toilet is the man for the job. So the Sigma Alpha male Brad Pitt toilet takes a boat into Anchorage, Alaska. Then he enters Anchorage. Then everybody in Anchorage surrenders to the mighty Sigma toilet Brad Pitt. Now Alaska has been captured. But what is the Caesar toilet up to? He has assembled and prepared a mighty ape army. And Caesar marches his mighty army straight into the heart of Idaho. When they find the King Potato of Idaho, the Potato King tells them to leave. So King Caesar hits the mean potato with a blast of his laser eyes. After frying the King Potato, Caesar's army eats the Potato King. But what is King Croc up to? The mighty Chad King Croc has marched his army into Kansas and sent his second-in-command to Denver, Colorado. Did you know Paul Rudd is from Kansas? Well, King Croc eats Paul Rudd, and then Croc and his army destroy the rest of Kansas. Meanwhile, King Croc's top general is negotiating with the king of Denver, the Denver Bronco. The general gets bored, so he blows up the Denver Bronco. Now the general is the new king of Colorado and rules with an iron fist. But King Croc and his brother from another mother, the general, still remain friends. At this point, the Mr. Beast army has decided to march into Missouri. They enter St. Louis, Missouri, and blow up the arch. Did you know Brad Pitt is from Missouri? The Brad Pitt toilet lets Mr. Beast and the crew have Missouri because no one cares about Missouri. Now Mr. Beast marches his mighty army into the heart of Kentucky. Mr. Beast and his army arrive at the Kentucky Capitol building. Then Mr. Beast blows up the Kentucky Capitol building. This causes Kentucky to throw in the towel and surrender to Mr. Beast. But what has happened to the United States Army? There are currently over 170,000 U.S. soldiers on deployment overseas. Also, about 300,000 soldiers have been placed on riot duty across the country. And the people are completely panicking and fighting the military in many cities. Also, about 200,000 soldiers fled to Mexico. 70,000 soldiers also flee to Canada. Many soldiers perished in attacks, like the one in Denver and the eating of New Mexico. The United States has also declared martial law. Alien Talior Swift sees all of this and decides to end the USA once and for all. So Swift makes Rick Ashley the new king of North Carolina and then flies to Washington, D.C. Taylor Swift lands in D.C. But Washington, D.C. is protected by the new S-900 tank. Swift is confronted by 4 of these tanks just outside of the Capitol building, and they all fire on Swift. But, remembering her fight with Mark Rober, Swift brought a shield and is saved from the tank's fire. Now Swift uses a specialized alien fire to destroy the S-900 tanks. Washington, D.C. is now powerless to stop Swift. Knowing all hope is lost, the president gives one last presidential address to the nation.
Okay, we are cooked. Yep, we are absolutely cooked, chat. GG.
Swift sends her friends to the Capitol building. But Talior Swift takes over the White House and becomes Emperor of the United States. Swift has finally conquered the United States. But it's not over. She wants the world.
And that won't be easy.